So just as so.
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the New Human Gardener stage. I'm joined right now, this is a bit of a, we're making this up as we go along right now, because we did have a lovely lady called Charlotte Graham, who's a photographer. However, for personal circumstances, she's not here, she can't join us this afternoon. So I met this young man about a couple of hours ago, called Samuel Booth, and he has agreed to come and sit and have a chat to me this afternoon, because Samuel's got quite an interesting story, haven't you? And you are, in fact, a photographer.
Yes, I am.
Which is amazing, and you like to take photographs of plants, flowers, and the natural world, so it's very, very appropriate. There we go. So, Samuel, you've got a really interesting story and how you've reached the journey into taking photographs, so can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Of course I can, yeah. I had a head injury on the 20th of April in 2009, so it was the 13th anniversary of my injury this year.
Yeah.
And so what has happened is since then, I've been able to sort of build up my confidence, and in terms of taking photographs in the gardens, it's done me the world of good.
Yeah.
I never understood why, and at the moment I'm still sort of researching that area, and it's been so sort of beautiful to spend time at Harewood and Harlow Carr, the local places to where I'm living, and just getting so much out of being in the garden, and the whole act of photographing the gardens being sort of a unique and sort of amazing experience for me. So it's helped a lot with my pain, which is sort of like a neuralgia pain that happens all the time.
Yeah.
But being in the garden, I've actually had times where I've actually had no pain, and the medication that I've taken for the different all different medications not helped me.
That's amazing, isn't it?
And I think now there's all different things that I'm learning about, which I want to try and experience too.
Yeah, that's fantastic, isn't it? So what exactly have you been doing at Harewood House then?
Well, for 6 years, give or take. I know we went to Australia in between as well, but I've been working in the walled garden, and so it was almost one-to-one with the head gardener, Trevor, last year during when it was lockdown. I got to be out and helped, which has inspired me to learn more about gardening too.
Yeah, so were you taking lots of photographs at Harewood House as well?
I kept a photo diary since the first day I started there, and it's about 1,000 pages. So
wow.
but I'm hoping to sort of condense it down a little bit in the future and make it into a photo book. And such an inspiring place to be there. It's, to be out in nature, it's done me the world of good.
Yeah, lovely. So what kinds of things did you take photographs of at Harewood House?
Anything I could find, really. It's like ladybirds, all the different flowers, the veg, and the work that we've been doing as well. I got some of the amazing garden teams help out and take photos of me doing the work. But I've seemed to find when I've got the camera, I'm noticing things a lot more in the gardens that I never noticed before.
Yeah.
My grandfather instilled in me to sort of look after the gardens. He had an allotment, and he always loved flowers. And I've noticed things that I never noticed before with the camera, and it's just sort of anything I see that inspires me, I try and take photos of.
Well, it's a very mindful activity, isn't it? Photography, and nature's inspiring, and it's so beautiful. I mean, I suppose when you've got a camera in your hand, it's forcing you to look at things in real detail, isn't it?
Definitely, and I think there's something phototherapy as well that I've heard of recently. I've never heard of before, and also mindfulness. I never understood what mindfulness was, and I've sort of probably experienced it, but never.
You're doing
really,
it.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's. I can't really describe the feeling, but it's just really calming, relaxing, and just beautiful to be in the gardens, I guess.
It's wonderful. So you've done a little bit at Harlow Carr as well, haven't you? So what have you been doing at Harlow Carr?
Well, when you had the strong winds, I'm trying to think what it was, at the beginning of this year, we had the very, and the trees unfortunately fell. We had to put them to pick them into little bits and put them into the wood chipper. Yeah. But we also, some of the trees were used within the gardens too, and I helped out for 3 weeks with that, and it was they're great team. They looked after me, same as Harewood. They've been amazing people there too, and it's just I'm just like a lad from Rotherham who's never experienced this before, and it's the people here today as well have been fantastic.
Oh.
So and obviously
thank you. It was great to meet you. So when you went to Harlow Carr, what were you take? Did you take photographs at Harlow Carr as well? What sort of things did you take photos of?
One of the things I've tried to do is like tributes to people. So. a friend of mine, her daughter sadly passed away, and the snowdrops reminded her of a wedding day of her daughter.
Yeah.
And I said, so what I try and do is find pictures of snowdrops, and the snowdrops in the snow as they're popping out is one of the favourite pictures that I did last year. And I always try to send the pictures to her, and I think with daffodils this year from an aunt is like a tribute to her.
Yeah.
So that's where it started. But then I've noticed all different colours and patterns and textures, and whatever I see, I try to capture with the camera. So it's to capture the beauty of nature, I guess.
Yeah. So how do you find the actual photography helps you?
It's really relaxing. I almost can sort of switch off. I think I guess is it mindfulness switching off? I'm not sure if that's, but with me it's like I can really become like a lot sort of more relaxed, and it's all, I'm inspired by what's around me, and I think that's. I have so much sort of passion, enthusiasm to take photographs, but it's like my energy levels, which normally are sort of like always high. I seem to sort of just to sort of be more calming and enjoy the moment more.
Yeah. And you said earlier to me when we were chatting, you said it helps you with your memory as well, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Taking the pictures when I can, and I do lots of editing as well. So seeing the pictures at the end, it's sort of that's what has helped my memory. And Headway, I know the charity have been fantastic to me in the different techniques that I can use to remember things, and the photos have been one of the biggest things for my memory. It's really amazing. I don't know the names of all the flowers or plants, unfortunately, but to see them and to picture them is something that it's like a privilege to be able to do that. I think that's so.
Yeah, I think we feel that we have to learn the names, we have to know the names of the Latin, the common names, and I don't remember them all. I can't. People say you must know every tree in the Arboretum. I absolutely don't. I can't remember them. I can't remember what I did yesterday, let alone all the trees in the Arboretum. And I honestly think you don't need to learn all the names. You don't need to know all the names. I think you know what you're working with, don't you? And the best way to learn things is to get out in the garden, get hands-on. And that's how you learn, isn't it? Definitely. Really? And you said earlier that you were considering studying perhaps horticulture or going into gardening or something.
I did apply for the RHS apprenticeship last year. And it would be that's mainly down to Trevor, the head gardener at Harewood, who inspired me. And it's what I've wanted to do is actually working in the gardens. It's been a similar effect to the photography. It's just sort of really helped me a lot with my pain levels, but also meeting amazing people. And it's that interaction that I liked in the garden. I mean, obviously the garden itself is great to actually get involved, but to meet lots of visitors at Harewood, I think that's what I've been missing out on a lot of since my injury. And I saw somebody today who's from Harewood too, and it's great. There's almost like a family or community spirit in gardening that I've not experienced this, I guess, since sports and leisure, what I used to do before, and it's so many nice people. I think I've gone off. I don't know if that's answered the question.
I honestly think gardening does that, doesn't it? It builds communities. Plants do that, and it gives us something to chat about as well. And I think plant people just seem to be so lovely.
My granddad
you walk around here, they're all lovely, aren't they? Everyone's lovely here, which is just so nice. So you said earlier that you maybe do an exhibition of your work. Have you got any exhibitions coming up that if somebody wanted to go and have a look at your beautiful photographs? I've seen a photograph and they are absolutely stunning.
That's very kind of you to say.
So if they wanted to come and have a look at your photographs, is there an exhibition?
I'm hoping next year is going to be the one from the University of Ulster, who I'm studying with. But I know Instagram tends to be the place I put a lot of my pictures, and Harlow Carr have put some on their social media, which is my confidence is amazing.
That's great.
I always sort of have confidence issues since the injury too. Yeah. And when for somebody to say my photos are good, it's just sort of really nice and a good feeling. It's I think I need to sort of build up that confidence before. But it will be next year. I believe in Belfast where we'll be doing the exhibition. But I just love to show the pictures, and I want people to sort of enjoy what I enjoy too. I guess that's why I do the pictures. It's
great to share, isn't it? Definitely. So what's your Instagram account name then?
Samuel_Booth 82.
That's right. So
that's right.
Samuel_Booth 82. So everybody should follow Samuel and like his pictures because they are amazing. So thank you so much for talking to me. It's really interesting, and you're such an inspiring person. So keep on taking those pictures.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samuel.
Thank you for the time as well. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I've just realised how really northern I sound when I say good afternoon. Very, very warm-hearted, if slightly chilly, welcome to the Harrogate Spring Flower Show this afternoon. This is our final live event on the Human Gardener stage, and the Human Gardener is a brand new stage for the Harrogate Show. And we thought we'd do what we do best, which is effectively a live podcast. So my name is Sarah Owen Hughes. I'm a professional horticulturist, and I've been coming to the show and volunteering for 10 years. I met Faith Douglas, who's a curator at a local arboretum here at the show, building show gardens. And we've brought along our cohort and partner in crime, Phil Airy from Horticap, who's built a show garden this year. And we just thought we'd have a bit of a chat and a regroup about what we've found over the past few days and how it's been for us all. So how about putting your hands together and giving us all a bit of a warm welcome? It's the Trials and Tribulations live podcast.
It's a shame we haven't got a jingle, isn't it?
What's that?
The jingle.
Oh, we could have done with a jingle.
No, we're not having no jingle. No.
I'm very disappointed, Phil. You are the king of jingles, I have to say.
No.
So, Phil...
So how's it been going for you two?
Hold on a second.
Go on. Sorry, you're going to talk to me,
it's
aren't you?
What's more important is I want to know what's been going on up there in those show gardens. So, first of all, tell us about your garden, because it is just... Honestly, have you seen the Horticap garden?
The three little pigs.
The three little pigs.
By the way, everybody's hand is not up, so you're all in trouble.
Thank
you very much indeed in the back. Thank you.
Nina, yeah.
Any more for two? Well, you've got a chance, don't worry, you've got a chance to come and see the garden. So every year, we as Horticap, we look after adults with learning difficulties, and every year we do a show garden. Show gardens are pretty fun for us. We don't take it overly seriously. We've done Magic Roundabout, we've done Wallace and Gromit, we've done the Hobbit, we've done loads of different show gardens. This year we've done Three Little Pigs, and we've got a straw house, which isn't looking very good because the wolf's blown it down. We have a wooden house, looking a little bit better, but that won't last long. And then we have a brick house. However, we are in Yorkshire, so it's a stone house. And the best thing about it, it's for sale. It's for sale, not anywhere, it's on Rightmove. We've got it on Rightmove, so I want everybody to have a look on Rightmove when you leave here, and I want you to put a cheeky bid in, but don't worry, it's gone over the asking price, so don't worry about it. And so we've done really, really well, and we've had, it takes us doing the show garden, so there's Mick Fry as well up there. It takes us over a week and a half to get these show gardens together, so it takes a lot of time. People just rock up and sell things, you know what I mean, which is great, but we come here when there's nothing but an empty field, so it takes us quite a long time. But we've done really well. The public have been fantastic. We've got loads of donations, and it's been really good.
So, how long does it take you to figure out that idea? Because I know you very well. Philly's like one of my best friends, and I know that when he builds a show garden, or when he's building, he's already thinking about the next show garden. He's already thinking about the plans, what he's going to do next. So it's not just like a week before the show opens.
I'm getting too old for these show gardens.
You're not, Phil.
I am. I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old. No, I haven't thought about it next year at all. Yeah. But
you do a lot of the prep through the winter, don't you? Because you do the papier-mâché figures with the students, and they grow the plants at your nursery.
But we've got the Great Yorkshire Show coming up, so we've got to do a show garden for there. And then they always want. And then Nick Smith, the guy that runs this place, he wants a show garden up at Newby Hall,
for the autumn.
Yeah,
super.
And then we sometimes take it on tour, and we've got a Wheaton show and stuff like that. So no, we're still busy. Yeah. So I think about the I've got a few ideas if I decide. I might have a year off.
You might have a year off.
Take it easy.
It wouldn't be the flower show without Phil, would it?
Take it easy.
Absolutely
You
wouldn't
had your birthday off as it was.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I won't come in here talking to you two, that's for sure.
Well, you missed a treat because
that was my day off.
We had one of your students come here and he got the whole audience singing happy birthday, so that's all been recorded.
Yes,
so
apparently I'm going to listen to it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only happy birthday I got, don't worry about it.
Oh, I haven't brought the tiny violin.
Phil Gummersall has given me
a black great wine. So Phil Gummersall is the president of the Allotment Association. And I said, how do I get hold of this great wine that you make? Well, he's given me that. So that I will be having tonight.
Grown in Rawdon.
In Rawdon.
Yeah.
All good, all good.
Super.
So how has it been on the stage?
Well, it feels like home here, doesn't it, Faith?
Yeah, I think
No,
we've moved in.
it doesn't feel like home.
It is.
It is home. This
Yeah.
looks
It's
like
all
your
our
living room.
belongings.
Yeah.
I just walked in and went, you've just plonked your living room here.
Well, Faith's children came and said that's where all our belongings have gone.
I know.
Exactly.
Elliot's
It's like coming
been
home,
looking
Elliot.
for his books. They're behind me on here.
Yeah. But yes, I've been coming past and seeing you, and obviously trying to
Heckle, distractors,
heckle,
yeah.
obviously, yeah,
We
as a
noticed
friend
that.
would do.
We noticed that.
So yes, we've had a lot of footfall. And
It's been super. It's been really energising. And
Yeah,
I
I
think it's
think-
been a privilege, really, because we've met
Yeah.
some amazing people, haven't we?
I think the people that have come and chatted to us have just been so inspiring.
Yeah.
And I like to think it's shown people a completely different side to the horticultural world.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and more like the people behind the plants, the people behind the...
But I think also it's all right having these big stages with big names and things like that. It's also important to have people that are doing those little gardens,
Yeah,
the
for
gardens that we all have at home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
And we deliberately made the choice to have 15-minute interviews with people because we knew we'd always run over a little bit, but that was fine. But 15 minutes is about as long as most people can sit still nowadays. You want an advert break, don't you? But you can sit here with an ice cream or a coffee, rest your feet before you go off and do more shopping. And so it's just been a little snapshot and giving them a taster of something amazing that they might not have known about. So over the week, we've themed each morning and each afternoon, and we've gathered together people who've got something in common, and none of them have really met before. And to be honest, we've struggled to get people off the stage because they've been making friends with all the other speakers.
Right.
So we've had, on Thursday we had the experimental gardener, so people who grow unusual things or in an unusual way. We had the creative gardeners, so we had people who've built show gardens and the designers and the artists. We then had, on Friday, the professional gardeners, so some of the professional industries that you can join, the organisations who are part of the show and support it, but you don't always see that in the background. So people like Perennial and the Chartered Institute of Horticulture and the British Association of Landscape Industries. And that was really interesting, again, for somebody who can watch this live online on Instagram, they can watch it on YouTube. If they're thinking about a career change or they want to become more professional in what they do, or they want to ask someone to do a job in the garden, they now know what to look for. We then looked at the people behind the research in horticulture and agriculture, and that's obviously where my background, which is plant science.
Not geeky at all.
Oh, no,
then.
Phil,
well,
honestly,
no.
it was really
Yeah,
geeky.
yeah, yeah.
It was really,
Yeah.
really geeky.
Well, yes,
Brilliant,
but in a,
geeky.
Yeah,
but in a
geeky, yeah.
really,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good way. And again, opening your minds up to the fact that you've got to do research into cereal crops, which are our main food source in the UK, before you can then take that research and move it down towards the plants in our gardens. And we had a biological controller talking about the insects that he uses to grow healthier plants. In fact, my plant over there, my begonia, he put some ladybird larvae on it to help clear up some of the pests that he spotted on it, which was just amazing. And then Saturday,
I don't know
I've
what
lost
day
track
it
of the days, honestly. Yesterday we started off with human nature, so we had an artist who uses nature and trees as therapy for her work. We had the incredible Dr. Amir Khan, off the telly, and he came in and talked about his relationship with nature and why he prescribes nature therapies, green prescriptions to his patients in his NHS clinic in Bradford. And then in the afternoon we had playful gardening, so we had nurseries and forest schools and things like that, and that was just brilliant as well. But that was, I found that harder, didn't I, compared to you? That was more your
because I've
area.
not grown up yet, obviously.
Well, no, but you're from a therapeutic horticultural background, so it was definitely more your sort of your environment.
Absolutely.
And so we've balanced each other out. And today's just about natural gardening. So we wanted to round it all off and celebrate it, but
It's been
reflect
nice
on
to
it.
get back. I mean, last year, the show garden I were doing, that was in 2020, so obviously it got cancelled. Then 2021 came along, and I didn't really want to do the big show garden, so we did a little show garden. Unfortunately, it absolutely bucketed it down.
Were any of you here
so
last year?
think
Were you here?
yourself
Oh, my
lucky.
days.
It's been gorgeous.
I
A
swear I
bit
got
windy, but
trench foot.
gorgeous, no rain.
I swear I got trench foot last year.
So-
they were putting pallets down and wood chip just so people could get
Yeah.
off the ground onto the hard standing.
Just has been really
This has been
nice to then
beautiful.
get back to some sort of normality, back up here. It's all in the fresh air, well, mainly in the fresh air. You've been cosy, I'm here.
We've been
I've been sat in the
freezing.
field
It's
for 4
freezing.
It's
days.
been freezing. She's been
It's
wrapped
what?
in all the
It's been
blankets.
freezing sitting here.
Shut up.
It has. Honestly, we've been looking
Go
at
out
the
there.
sunshine
You go out
out
there into the up in the show gardens. I'll tell you what cold is.
It's funny, isn't it, this area? Because you go from sunshine. I got a suntan from the beginning part of the week, but also like windburn and
Yeah, yeah.
frostbite on my lips at the same
Yeah.
time. It's such an exposed site, isn't it?
Yes.
Because spring's always like that, isn't it? Here?
But Faith, you were planting up 2 gardens as well. So as well as doing this stage and bringing your house here,
yeah.
you've built 2 gardens as well.
Yeah, well, I had some help, thankfully, because that would have been quite a tricky one. But it was a challenge, wasn't it?
It was
Phil?
a challenge,
It was,
challenge for all of us.
But I think the great thing about the show gardens that I love is everybody helps. Everybody mucks in.
Yeah.
And it's a community, isn't it? And there wasn't really any competitive gardens this year, was
Never.
there? So
No,
No.
there's no competition for prizes and things like that, because everybody wants everybody to do well.
Yeah.
Nobody wants anybody to trip up, and I think
Yeah.
that's what I love about it. We all join in. We all.
Yeah.
I can get you this. I can do that. You had no plants.
I literally had no plants, and if it wasn't for you bringing me all those plants, I'd have been, well, it would have been a plantless garden.
So you just don't want to see. You just want to see success. So it's that's been fabulous. But then I've been talking to loads of people, and it's a bit like a meeting place.
Yeah.
I see people that I don't see
Yeah.
at all,
Yeah.
apart from the spring flower show and the autumn show.
Yeah.
So I just get to say hello and have a fantastic time. So this is a great meeting place, and we get loads of people from the northeast come down each year, come and see us at Horticap,
Yeah.
and see our show garden. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I think that's one theme throughout the whole of this has been community, hasn't it? Have you noticed?
Well, a lot of us haven't really been out and about much, have we, over the past couple of years? And if you garden in a pandemic, you're gardening on your own, aren't you? So it's been quite isolating, even though gardens are hugely therapeutic.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people coming in who this is the first time they've been to a major public event in over 2 years. So it's been quite daunting, but I hope people have found it quite welcoming and quite easy to get back into.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
certainly feels like that. I mean, looking at the crowds going past outside
Yeah.
now,
Busy.
yeah, it feels busy, but safely busy. You know, they're
Yeah.
all equally distant, and
And
yeah,
people are
still
buying
chance.
stuff as well, aren't there?
Oh,
I
yeah.
see lots of people. There's a lady going past now with a trolley and a child and some flowers.
That's
Now,
amazing.
did you buy that child, or is that
Came
just,
free with the plants.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can buy at the Arrogant Flower Show.
You name it, we can sell it.
But yeah, it's been fabulous, and it's been a long time coming. That I think we found out up at Horticap, just up the road here, that more people come down buying for plants now than they ever had before, and now people are doing gardening now and found that they knew they liked gardening, and they just didn't realise how much gardening helped us in the pandemic.
Yeah, how important
And getting
it was.
out in that garden, enjoying the garden. People saying, "Oh, well, it's the first time I've put some potatoes in. I've got some potatoes now." So people are growing their own now, and it's just remarkable how the footfall now has increased dramatically. I mean, when in 2020 we were delivering 7 days a week to everybody with the soil and the plants. It was, for me, there was no furlough. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved my time. Traffic was amazing. I'm telling you.
But
you were
you were also delivering plants and packages to your students because
Oh,
they
yeah,
were
Mark
shielding
told
and
us.
they were
Yeah.
isolating.
They're properly shielding. They're still shielding now. I can't even believe I'm saying that. 2 years, and they're still not allowed to be down here with the public. But we come under the care facilities, so they're not the vulnerable adults. So They're not really allowed to be down here. And I've been saying now for 2 years, it won't be long, we'll be back to normal. Well, for us, it's back to normal, which is good, and I don't think it'll be long for our students now.
Because I know I chatted to you a bit during the pandemic when you were at Horticap before the students started to go back a little bit, and it was quite tough, wasn't it, at one point up at Horticap with no students?
Yeah.
What was that like?
I joined Horticap because of the students, and I did it for gardening purposes because I've been a gardener most of my life, but without students it was pointless. It was pointless. I didn't know what we were doing really. What we're doing there is not what I wanted to do.
Hang on a minute. I think I remember you telling me you delivered a shed to a student. Is that right?
What's that?
Did you deliver a shed? Did you take a shed to a student's house?
So we've got one student that made us holly reeds, and they did. So what we do is our students get straw and make the base of the holly reed. Instead of moss, we use straw and things like that. And because he couldn't come to us, we took it to him, and we sent a fully sized shed. We didn't take it down because it had fallen down, and we had to lift it all the way around his care home, dropped it in there, and he made us 300 reeds sat in his house. He was over the moon, over the moon.
That's an amazing thing to do. I mean, that's...
You just got to think out of the box sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, and that's taking care provision to another level, isn't it?
But I've had many conversations talking them through a pane of glass, and now, but they're all back to Horticap. They're all fantastic. They're all really well. We've got everybody back apart from a couple, but yes, we've done really well.
And tell us about the buildings. You've had quite a lot of building work happen in the past couple of years as well at Horticap.
Yeah, no, we've got a brand new cafe and shop, which you can all visit if you're just passing by, up by a little garden centre called HHS Alocar. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a tiny place just up the road.
Mark did a really good job yesterday of telling everybody to drive past Harlow Car and keep going to Horticap.
Nice one. But yes, it's a fabulous place. Fabulous place. But yeah, so it's all up and moving, and can't wait to get going really, and getting the new garden sorted out. It's really good.
You've got your new cafe, you've got your new shop, you've got a relatively new glass house as well. So it is all up and running. I think the only thing I would say is that people now know about Horticap, and I struggle to find a place in the car park nowadays, and I used to just go in and park wherever I liked. So you might have to do a multi-story so we can all get in, so we can say hello, because it's in demand. People are now realising how amazing it is.
No, it is. It's a fab time. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. Although I've been tired of doing this show garden again, but it's been fun again. It's been fun. But it's great to see you two up on the stage. It's lovely.
Thank you. We've enjoyed it, haven't we? I think we'll be a bit shell-shocked in a couple of days' time. It'll sink in. I think we've interviewed 40 people maybe.
Yeah,
40 people.
What are you going to do after this show? You're going to be sat there.
I'm at work tomorrow.
I'm at work tomorrow.
You'll be wanting to interview your daughters and your sons and.
Oh no, I'll be trying to remember where all these things belonged in my house. To be honest.
I don't know.
No, it's super because all of the interviews are going to go on to our Trials and Tribulations podcast over the next few weeks and months. So anybody can access them, and you know the amount of people I've spoken to said, "Oh, I have a podcast in my ears when I'm gardening, or I listen to a podcast about gardening when I'm driving, or I'm on the train." I think people have realised that connection that we lost over the past 2 years is really important. So hopefully our podcast is like having friends chatting to you when you're driving along, and hopefully that's part of the process of getting us all back into society again.
So if you get some if you're looking for the podcast Trials and Tribulations, it's completely free of charge, and you listen to all our back catalogue. We've got loads of people on there, and I think the last one we had was Alan Titchmarsh, and now we've got these two talking to the good and great of geeky gardening and
geeky gardening.
Do you know? So
I can't
rude.
wait to listen myself.
That's so rude.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of geeky gardening.
Yeah, well,
Oh, Phil, it's just such a pleasure having you
Yeah.
all. It's nice for the three of us to be back
Yeah,
together because we've
and
not
yeah.
had much of that
Yeah.
recently, have
No, we
we?
have been
No, we
doing
haven't.
2-meter phone chats.
We did,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yes.
We did. Me sitting. Do you remember that time you came round? We all sat in my bedroom. Do you remember that?
That's a different
Yes,
story
but
for another
2
podcast.
meters.
I was sat on my bed. You were
Yeah.
sat in the chair.
Oh,
you
I
sat on
offered
the
to sit.
yeah.
I lounged on your bed. That
You
was
did,
quite fun.
Yeah, you were like a lady of leisure, lounging across my bed. Yeah,
Oh,
But,
and that was the podcast that we. It was brilliant. Do you remember I made you those puddings? Those puddings
Yeah.
were completely plant-based. Do you remember? You're looking at me
Yes.
blankly.
Yeah. No.
like,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
them. Yeah, I remember them.
Those, and you didn't press record. Do you remember?
That's right.
Yeah, it was probably
Yes,
the
it
best
doesn't always
podcast
go
we've ever
right.
done in
It
our
doesn't always go
lives,
right.
and
Yeah.
you didn't press record.
Oh,
No,
never
I
to be
know.
heard again. Never to be heard again.
We had a
I
good
know.
time though.
Oh, yeah.
No, we had a good time, but
We
we
did
didn't
have a
record
good
anything. So yeah, we've got it all recorded. So Trials and Tribulations is where you will find us.
Absolutely.
On all of your mainstream podcast providers.
Yes, indeed.
Super.
But no, looking forward to it.
Well, I think.
Well, thanks for the cup of tea.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
And
I think we need to go and all warm up somewhere, don't we? I'm not sure there is anywhere warm on this site, to be honest.
What time is the planet sales? When's that? Is there like a planet sale?
Someone's saying
I
4.
think it's something
4
like
o'clock.
3 o'clock. I would
thought
say
it
it's
was
more 4
It's
o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
But we don't sell any plants off.
No.
They'll
No.
go back to Horticap full price. Don't worry about it. We don't sell anything.
Of
But
course.
but you'll hear a bell go. I think is it a bell or a
Yeah, it's
hooter?
usually a bell.
And
It
at
is.
4 o'clock you can buy all the plants in the
Stampede.
show gardens,
Yeah.
apart from Horticaps.
Yeah.
We don't sell nothing. But
And the plants that you loaned me.
they're not for sale.
Are they not? I thought they were for sale.
Well, they are, but they're far too expensive.
They're going back
but
with
the
you.
best one is if you go into the floral displays. Where's the floral displays? Are they in there?
It's
Yeah,
In
the
there.
ones in here.
yeah.
You get some
No, and it's up there
proper
as well.
bargains there.
Yeah, your big
And you'll
flowers.
see people going out with like
Chrysanthemums
100
and sweet
roses
peas,
and
yeah.
100 daffs and 100 tulips
Yeah, yeah.
for like a $5.
Yeah.
So, but you've got to sort of manoeuvre yourself.
Yeah.
So
you
when
need
it
to be
comes
loitering.
when it comes to about
Sharpen
half
your
past 3,
elbows.
find out what you like, have a chat to the guys or the girls behind the thing, and then pounce at 4 o'clock.
Fantastic.
I mean, you honestly, at 4:10, you will see bouquets of flowers going that way.
With legs
And-
underneath them.
Because if you don't buy them, they go in the bin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they go composting. I know they go composting.
Yeah.
But yeah. At that time it would be.
A lot of it's cut flowers, isn't it?
It's all cut
so they
flowers.
won't
Yeah.
last. So they might as well have a home on your
Yeah.
kitchen table or in your living room, aren't
Yes. Yeah. So it's quite fun. It's quite fun at about 4 o'clock.
Well,
But,
Phil, Faith, that's been fantastic. Thank you
Ah,
so much
God
to
bless
get the
you.
team back together.
That's remarkable. You got some moss balls on
Oh
there.
yeah, it's funny that we haven't mentioned them
Do you
once in this
recognise them?
podcast.
Have you not mentioned them at all?
Oh,
we
we've not
did
mentioned
about
them in this
5
podcast.
podcasts talking about moss balls.
they? Did more than 5.
Did we?
She mentioned them in every podcast.
God
for
help
her
us all.
season, yeah.
Yes, thank you. It's been
Thank
lovely.
you ever so much, everyone, and a big round of applause to the Trials and Tribulations podcast. Enjoy your show. We'll see you in the autumn.
Oh, Phil, you do make me laugh.